good fish. We're on the Mangrove River. Classic time conditions. And the fish are on the tube. There you go, that's a cracker. They do get a lot bigger, but that's a pride specimen. Look at that tail. You can see why they cut water. That one's pretty. Jacks are one of my favourite fish to target. The hours you put in just for one fish, that initial hit you get, and just the unpredictability of them. You can hook one here and within 2 seconds he's out next to the boat busting you off on a tree out here. Just the power of such, not even a big fish, 50 centimetre fish, they're crazy things. And just that one hit just keeps you coming back for more.
I like jacks so much for the hit, the fight. It's so short, so brutal, they got so much power. Put in all the hours just for 10 seconds of battle. When you finally get one on the deck, it's just such a good feeling. Words can't describe it. It's just the best feeling in fishing and something I love to do.
Yep, we got a nice jack here, Nettie. Yep. Right, see
Well
that?
done, Keith.
That just shows you how to persist all the way back to the boat. What we've probably got here is a big fallen tree coming out, and he just smacked it off the end of that. He had no chance with a locked up drag. Not a bad noosa jack either, mate.
Yeah, he's alright, eh?
Just, oh, he's a bit cranky. Beautiful. Oh, they're good at getting caught up, aren't they, mate?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go, there he is.
Oh, oh. There you go. Yeah, probably the crankiest noosa jack you'll ever see in your life. Easy, mate, easy.
Not happy, is he?
As I was saying, I was just retrieving, we're just talking about anything, weren't we, mate? And all of a sudden, bang, he's probably just, that prawn star's just wafted past a tree branch on the outside there, and he's come out and smashed it at the last second, and, being a metre or two off the tree there, he's had no chance on a locked up drag. He's probably around that mid 47 mark or something like that, 46, 47.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful little noosa fish. That prawn star, what's that? That's the middle hook there. Just got him right underneath the jaw there. The top one was probably in there as well, the tail hook. That one's fallen out, and oh well, that's what we're here for, buddy.
Yeah, bloody oath, good stuff.
We'll just pop him back in the net and we'll get a couple of still photos pretty quickly. Then we'll get him back in. There we go, that's that nice little cranky Noosa River jack. We're going to get him straight back in. We just kept him nice and lively in the net there. We've got a couple of nice still pics, so we'll get this guy back in and see if we can find a couple of his mates. Ooh. Back that way there.
Let's go.
For chasing jacks, I like to carry a couple of rods to choose from. One's sort of around a 4 to 6 kilo spin rod, and the other a 6 to 8 kilo bait caster. The bait caster I normally run 20 pound braid and anywhere from 20 to a 50 pound leader, depending on the country. The spin rod go a little bit lighter. I can get away with 10 to 15 pound braid, and yeah, normally 20 pound leader on that one.
When setting your drag for jack, I normally just crank it up as tight as it'll go and hold on.
Yeah, I find there's only one drag setting for jacks, and that's just crank it up as tight as it can go and pull like hell once you hook one.
My favourite area to chase jack would be anywhere with natural structure, like fallen trees, rock bars, stuff like that. Some of the scenery you get around the place is really good. All the wildlife you get to see. You never know what you're going to see out here, and getting a jack makes it all better.
Biggest jack I've caught is just over 60 centimetres. 60 centimetres is pretty much the holy grail for jacks, but I class any fish over 50 centimetres as a cracker. That's when they really start to pull, especially once they get into that mid-50 range. They're yeah, pretty uncontrollable after 55.
My biggest jack was 58 centimetres. Got it on a little 4-inch Z-Man diesel minnows in the pearl blue glimmer colour on a little 4H inlocks and a little ball sinker on the front.
When you're starting out chasing jacks, yeah, it can do your head in for a while. Sometimes you'll get lucky and get a fish straight up, but most of the time it takes a lot of hours to get that first one on the board. And yeah, you just don't expect miracles straight up, and don't be afraid to throw some live baits and even cut baits. Just make sure you fish in the right areas. Like bridge pylons are always a go-to because there's always jacks on just about every bridge. And if you fish a natural structure, just use your sounder, find some good logs and just keep working it.
Best advice I could give for someone looking to chase jacks is just put the hours in, be prepared for a lot of donuts, a lot of time. If you keep persistent, it will happen. It's just a matter of time.
They seem to bite a bit harder than any other lure too. We might be on for a good bite to start with, Eddie.
Yeah, hope so.
I think he might be a little bit bigger than the last one too. He'd be up in the high 40s. So once again, we're going to get a couple of still photos. Come out wide, eh? I was thinking it was going to be a barra at first, mate, but that's another little jack.
Yeah, good stuff.
Exactly the same as the last one, Nettie. Whoops. About the same
Well
size
done,
too, mate.
yeah. Maybe a bit bigger.
Oh, actually, yeah,
he's
it's a nice
bit bigger.
fish.
Yeah.
Once again, we've got these fallen trees in here. A lot of them you can see, they're the ones that people actually target. We're targeting a little bit wider where the trees you can't see, using the side scan there, the structure scan. And yeah, that's the end result there. We're just working a range of plastics, hard bodies, and that prawn star's getting the bites, isn't he,
Yeah,
mate?
killing it.
Prawn stars make them really cranky too, don't they? They seem to bite them a bit harder than any other lure too. No, we might be on for a good bite this Arvo, Nettie.
Yeah, hope so.
Good stuff. I think he might be a little bit bigger than the last one too. He'd be up in the high 40s. So once again, we're going to get a couple of still photos of this guy. Get that prawn star out. Have a look down there. You can't even see the tail in there. He doesn't want to open his mouth up for us. Bad attitude, Jacks, today, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Good stuff. A lot of the fishing I do for jacks is around fallen timber, so I like to use snagless lures. That's a TT snakehead there. They're an awesome little setup. It's just a worm hook. Instead of tying the ball sinker through a loop knot on the front, it's already got the head inbuilt. That's a 3/8 4/0 there. That's one of my favourite jack lures there, the 4-inch swimmer, especially in that red colour. I'll just show you how to rig this up. You just go straight through the middle of the hole there, pull it out through the chin, pull him right through, just line it up. You can see where that hook's going to come out, so you want to put it right in there. Just want it right nice in the middle there, and so it sits nice and straight. That hook line's right up nice. That should swim dead straight now. The last thing I do, I just pull that back a little bit. Just get a bit of super glue. Just put a little dab on the shaft there and then slide him back up. A little bit of insurance, I like to put a little dab there as well, just to stop it slipping. And there you got it, one good looking jack lure right there.
I'm just going to show you how I like to rig up plastic snagless for jack fishing. I use a little, this is a number 2 ball sinker, which is equivalent to about a 3/8 in weight. A little 4/0 chin locks worm hook from TT. First of all, in the end of your leader, tie a little granny's knot, like that. Thread your sinker onto your line. Bring the line up through the bottom of the hook. Then run the end of your line back through the granny's knot, like that. Then wrap it around above your granny's knot about 3 or 4 times. And back through your granny's knot, like so. Pull it up slowly. Bit of spit. Trim the tag. Now I'll just show you how to thread the plastic on. The chin locks are designed so you don't have to use super glue. You just pin it through the chin with the plastic like so. Slide it just over that little lead keeper. Try not to go too far that you pop it off over the eye of the hook. Line him up along the body like that where it'll come out. Pin it through. There you go. Ready to swim.
I don't worry too much about moon phases, but it's definitely something to think about. Once you get around those big moons, the new and the full moon, you get a lot of tidal run, so sometimes it's really worth fishing towards the bottom of the tide or towards the top of the tide. I find you do catch bigger fish around the big moons, but it's a lot easier to fish on the neaps in between. So yeah, normally I don't think too much about it, I just go. So if you don't go, you'll never know.
When I go chasing jacks, I don't really go off moon phases. More just go when I get the time, got the good tide, and hopefully get one.
My favourite tide for chasing jacks is definitely a run out. I don't know why, but definitely the sort of bottom half of the run out. I've caught a lot of jacks, and have caught a lot on the run in as well. And it also comes down to location. Some spots fire, especially shallow rock bars on a run up tide. They might work really well, but in general, because I fish a lot of deep water for jacks, it's a run out tide for me.
Jack. Just plug him back in the water now and watch him swim away.
Today we're going to do a live run through of the screenshot that we showed you last week. As you can see, running the side scan again down the bottom here, we're about to come up near the wreck. You can see now the bottom's starting to drop down. We're dropping down into the hole out the back of the wreck. And as you can see, we've got bait in this hole. And now out to the right hand side of the boat, we've just clipped the back of the boat. And you can see the boat showing up out the front. You see the hole once again down the bottom. You can actually see these dots down here, I like to call them grains of rice, and around the back there, that's actually the fish showing up. You'll get better separation from your targets with your side and down imaging. As you can see up the top here, you get a lot more clarity and better size definition. That's a brief overview on how it works in the real time. We'll see you next week for some more HDS tips.
So we've just sounded along this edge here and we've just marked quite a few trees out wide here. All we're doing is just going to drift down with the current, cast right in close to the bank. There's probably 2 metres of water in close there. We just wait for the lure to hit the bottom and just flick it up, just allowing it to sink all the way down. It's just a pretty gradual slope in there. And what happens when we get a flood or anything like that, the trees fall in, they get washed down and get stuck on the bank there. We're just trying to intercept the trees, getting our lures to swim past them, and hopefully there's a jack sitting on one of them. Just got to make sure your lure's getting to the bottom as well. Just working a stretch of bank here. There's a couple of lay down trees as you can see in close there. All we're doing is casting our lures just to the right of them, as we've got to run out tight at the moment, and just letting it sink down into the base of them. We're also working our lures right back to the boat, because if there's fallen trees in there, there'll be trees out here that you can't see as well. All it takes is a lure just to swim past one of those trees and hopefully the red man comes out. He was out wide then?
Yeah, doesn't really feel right, eh?
Bit cottage, mate.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
That's
mate,
a little sucker.
Work, mate.
Yeah.
A little fella. It's alright, it's the right
It's
species.
Yeah, that's it.
Must have just been a little tree way out in the middle
Yeah.
there, eh?
Little fella on the little 4-inch minnows there. Only a little fella, but good to finally get one.
Been a few casts this morning, hasn't there?
Yeah, that's it. Hooked right in the corner there. Little jack. Just pop him back in the water now and watch him swim away. Smack a few more, hopefully.
Right, welcome to the rundown, everyone. Hope you enjoyed all the tips and techniques that we've shown you throughout today's segment. We've chosen the Noosa River to get you a bit of live action. We've got a few jacks there. We've also got a bit of other footage there we've thrown in just to show you that the tips and techniques we've shown you work in all systems, not just the Noosa River. The Noosa is a bit of a favourite for me. We've caught a lot of jacks up here and it's just a great place to be fishing. We'll just run through a couple of lures that did the job for us up here today. I've got my couple of fish on Ever Faithful Prawn Star. For some reason, jacks just love these things up here. They eat them all day, every day. They weren't too bad to fish either. A lot of the fish we get up between the lakes there where we were fishing are sort of around that mid 40 centimetre range. And Ned, you got a nice little fella this morning too, mate?
Yeah, definitely little. I got him on a little 4-inch Z-Man diesel minnows in the pearl blue glimmer colour. I was on a little 4.0 Chinlocks worm hook from TT and a size 2 ball sinker on the front of him.
As you can see, they're both very snagless lures. These prawn stars, they walk through the timber really well. The way they swim, they push up against trees and you can just jiggle them over the trees. And yeah, Ned's rigged snagless there as well. Just shows that we're fishing a lot of timber and a lot of snaggy country.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's where you got to be to get the jacks. That was a pretty good session, mate. 3 jacks. You're always happy with 3 jacks.
Yeah.
All right, thanks everyone. Catch you next time on South East Queensland Fishing Adventures.
See you later.